this tutorial, we'll be designing this Christmas Carol flyer you're seeing right now on your screen. If this is your first time, please subscribe to this channel and let us grow it together. Share the video and let's invite more people, to subscribe to this channel. Without further delay, let's get started by opening our Corel Draw. Right. So this is our workspace. This is our workspace. So the flyer we are going to be designing is going to be A5. It's for a church program. So we are going to come to size and then change it to A5. Right. You see what we have right now. So the first thing we are going to do right now, guys, is to come to our rectangle tool and draw a box into our frame. We are using a version of CorelDRAW that is lower than that of 2021. You will be able to double click here and this box will automatically fit into this frame. But because of this version of CorelDRAW that I'm using now, we have to draw it manually, right? I also like my workspace to be in inches instead of millimeters, right? I've changed it to inches, right? What am I going to do now to fit in this box? I'm going to click out, come to this size, right? Page dimensions, copy the size, right? The width, click on the box, go back to this place and paste it, right? Then click outside again, copy the height, right? And click on the box again and then paste it back inside, right? That's it. Then I will press letter P for pineapple on my keyboard, right? To fit into the frame, right? And then I will right click and remove the outline, right? So that is it, guys. So the next thing we are going to do right now is to import our materials that we are going to use for this tutorial. So we are going to right click, import, and then this is where we save, all the material. So we just I've removed the backgrounds of this and this. So, and I've recorded a video about how to remove background. I've posted it earlier, so you can look it up on my channel. So I will import this guy, this guy. I think for now, right? Okay, let's import everything that we need. Right? Let's import all the things that we need. I think this is all, right? This is the text, so we are also going to open the text. But then let's import all of this first. We import them. Import, 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 import like this. Right? So, and also this is the text we are going to be using for the design. I opened it already, right? So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to bring in this very background you're seeing right here. We're going to bring in this background. We want this black side to be up and this, red side to be down. We are going to come to mirror vertically, right? And then this red will go up and this black will go up and the red will come down, right? So we're going to right click on it and then paste it into the container, right? And then right click again and say edit power click, right? And then increase this guy like this, increase it like this, right? Let's increase it like this. And then we come to effect, right? And then come to blur and then come to Gaussian blur. We're now going to leave it to like okay, that's 50. Let's leave it to like 49. Okay, 52.9, right? Let's leave it like that, right? And then we say finish, right? So you see what we have. Then the next background we are going to bring in is this very background of people praising God, right? It's for a church program. It needs to delineate, that. So we are bringing this into the background, right? When we fit it in like this, we now come to our transparency tool, right? And then blend it like this, blend it like this, right? So we'll blend it like this. You now move gradually to your merge mode, right? Where you have normal. You see here where you have normal, you click on it and then you look for, let's try add. Oh no, that add is too sharp. Let's try screen then. Okay, screen is just fantastic, right? Screen is fine. Then we are going to right click on it. Let's bring it down a little bit, right? We are going to right click on it and then power click it inside, right? You see what we have right now. So because it's Christmas, everything, we have to make sure it's as reddish as possible. So the next background we are bringing in is this one, right? Is this guy, right? So we need to blend all of these backgrounds together to form something unique, right? To form something unique, right? So let's uh, come to our transparency tool and then we'll blend it this way down, blend it this way down, right? I'll blend it like this, right? Then we'll power click, we'll come to, sorry, we'll bitmap it. We'll come to bitmap and then say convert to bitmap. Make sure it's in 300 and RGB, right? And you click OK. You pick your transparency tool again. Do the same thing for this side. You feel me? You do the same thing for this side, right? Then you come to bitmap and still bitmap it again, right? Then you pick your transparency tool again and then do this side, right? And then bitmap it, right? And then do the top again. So we have to remove all the edges so that they don't affect our flyer, especially when they are printing. Then you bitmap it again. So what are we going to do now? We are now going to come to our transparency tool again and then come to soft light, on our merge mode, soft light. You see that it changes the color. Let me take it aside. You see the way this is. Then when you bring it inside, you see what it looks like now. Make it feel a bit reddish, and then the background, the people background is now being blended, perfectly. Then we now right click on it and then click it inside like this, right? You see what we have right now. You see what we have right now. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to bring in this very frame you're seeing here. We're going to bring it in like this and then increase it this way. Let's reduce it a little and then let's make sure it starts from the top, right? Let's reduce it a little bit and then make sure it starts from the top, right? Then we right click on it as well and then power click it inside, right? You see what we have right now. You see what we have right now. So the next thing we are going to bring in, so we are going to bring this guy in. I'm going to bring this guy in and then increase it a little, right? We increase it like this and then take it to the side. Take it to the side. You'll see that we cannot leave this like this because the color is a little bit off from the background that we've created. So what are we going to do? We're going to apply a few of red on this guy. So how do we do that? We'll click on it, then come to effect, come to adjust, and then come to color balance. You feel me? You see, immediately we'll click on it, the color changes, right? So we are going to adjust it because it's red that we need, right? We are going to adjust it. Let's adjust it a little. Let's apply a little green on it because there is green there. Let's apply a little green. That's too much. Okay, so we can now leave it like this and say okay, right? You see what we have right now. Let's increase it a little. Let's increase it a little. It's Christmas season, so the feel has to be there. Let's take it off. And then we'll now duplicate it. Control C, Control V, right? And then we come to mirror horizontally here so that we can change the direction to this side, right? You see what we have right now. So let's reduce the two of them a little, right? And then take it to the side more. Let's take it up a little, right? The same thing we are going to do for you. So adjust it as much as we can, adjust it to make sure that we have a feel of it in there, right? We now select the two of them, right click on it and then come to power click, right? You see what we have right now. You see what we have right now. So we are done with the background. You see the background that we have. It's giving Christmas and it's just perfect. So what next are we going to do? We're going to bring in this logo, right? We're going to bring in this logo like this and place it just here, right? We're going to bring it and place it just here. Let's reduce it a little, reduce it a little, right? When we put the logo like that, so the next thing we are going to do, we're going to bring in this guy you're seeing right here, right? I'll give you the link to download all these materials, right? So that you can use it for your own design. The link to download them will be in the description. Just click on it and then download it. Inclusively, all the fonts that we are going to use, I will also give you guys for free, right? I'll give you guys the fonts for free, don't worry. And some of you who have been following me, you have the fonts, right? And I will give you guys for free, don't worry. You can use them for free. So we have to adjust this like this, adjust it. When we adjust it like this, then we are going to bring this guy also here, right? We are going to bring this also here. You will also have access to download this guy you're seeing here for free, right? I've already removed the background, and all you have to do is to just open it and start using it. You see what we've done right now. So what are we going to do now? We are going to draw a circle like this. Come to our Eclipse 2 and draw a circle like this, right? And bring it inside this guy, right? I want to make it look like a really dope stuff. Let's bring it inside, like inside that your avian, another avian there inside. So let's put another avian here, right? Let's adjust this. Right? So when we adjust it like this, you carefully adjust it, make sure that it covers every part of this guy, right? When we've done that, then we'll now come to our interactive view to this guy right here, right? When we click on it, we'll now drag it down like this. We'll now drag it down like this, right? And we'll give this top like this. We'll click on it. Then click on this node you are seeing here. It's called node color. When you click on it, right, you now come to your eyedropper too, color eyedropper. Then you now click on it and then come here to this place you're seeing here, and then pick this color red, right? When you pick the color red, it automatically applies here on the work, right? On the circle. Then you click here again and then give it black. You give that side down, you give it black. Then you now adjust it. Drag this down, right? And then click on this and take it down a little, just a little, and then you remove the outline, right? You remove the outline. Then you now click on it and say, and come to order, right? And then say back one, right? When you say back one, you press Ctrl R on your keyboard simultaneously till it goes back, right? Till it goes back, right? You see that it's at the back now. Now you can now leave it, right? So the next thing you're going to do, guys, is to start bringing in the text. And first of all, before you bring in the text, you will also see that this guy is not blended with the background. So what are we going to do? We are going to first of all press Ctrl B on our keyboard, Ctrl B on our keyboard to bring the brightness. Then you reduce the brightness, right? When you reduce the brightness like this, you see that it's beginning to be, you know, adjusted to the color of the background that we have. When you reduce it like this, right? When you reduce the brightness, you click OK. Then you now come to your effect and then go to adjust and then come to color balance, right? You now adjust this color balance. You see that the red is too much. Then we now reduce the red like this, right? We reduce the red, reduce this, reduce the red. Okay, let's increase it a little. Okay, we can leave it this way. Then you click OK. Mine is in minus 24, minus 69, minus 70. So it doesn't matter. You just have to adjust it. When you see that it's okay with the background, then you can leave it, right? So the number that I use does not have to correspond with the number that you're using. You feel me, right? It might be different, but just make sure it is blended with the background that you're working on. You feel me? Then you are going to click on OK, right? When you select OK, the next thing you are going to do right now is to start bringing in our text. Start bringing in our text. So let's go to where we save the text and copy all of them, right? We copy it, come back to our box. Let's create space for the text. Let's create space for the text, right? And then we'll pick our text tool and then draw like this, right? When you draw like this, you now paste it, right? So let me give it color white so that you see the text we are working on, right? So we already have the name of the church, Mountain Movers, right? We already have this. Then we can now delete it here, right? So let's copy. First of all, let's copy these 3 days stuff that they put there. Then we'll now break it apart. When you break it like this, now press Ctrl K on your keyboard to separate all of them. Ctrl K, right? K for knife, K for kettle, right? So that's it. Then you now come here and look for Navad 4. Navad 4, right? Navad 4. Then you increase it like this, right? When you increase it like that, you now select these guys and take them to the front, right? So we are going to use another font for these guys. Which font will we use? So suggest a font in the comment section. Suggest a font in the comment section. Suggest a font in the comment section. But me, I will use the font I call. Make sure you suggest the font in the comment section, right? So leave the one that I'm using here. Suggest a font, right? So let's use Consensus Extra Bold for this one, right? Let's increase it like this, and then take our shape tool, and then drag it together like this a little. We reduce the spacing in between. Let's reduce this one too, right? Let's now bring it down. Right? Let's bring it down and then we now increase it. Let us increase it like this. Right? And we increase it, now bring this down. You feel it? You feel it? If you're feeling me, say something in the comment section. Say something in the comment section. Right? Then you adjust it this way. Right? You see what we have right now. For me, I would like to group it so that I can always click on all of them as one. Right? So you see what we have right now. See what we have, 3 days carol. Then we now come here and copy this guy and then put it on it like this. We are going to also change that. We're not going to use extra bold. We are going to use let's use bold, consens bold, right? Let's reduce it like this, and then click on this, and then make sure it's centralized. Make sure it's centralized, right? Christmas Carol service, right? So let's come here and copy the present, and then click on it and bring it down here. We are going to also give it the same font we gave this guy, but we are going to reduce it, right? Let's reduce it to like 6, right? And then take our shape tool, right? And then drag it this way. Are you guys feeling it? Then let's take this guy up a little. Right? So this is okay. So the next thing we are going to do now, guys, is we are going to, okay, let us save. Control S on your keyboard, right? Control S on your keyboard. Me, I would like to save it here, and I'll name it Christmas Carol Church Flyer. Right? That's what I'll save it with. Right? So the next thing we are going to do is to copy the theme of the program. The King is born. Jesus is the King, and he is born. He is here to dwell, to die for our sins. Right? So we'll take it down like this. And then we'll first of all break the theme apart. We'll remove the theme and put it up here. Then we'll now also break these guys apart. Control K on our keyboard. Make sure they are centralized, right? Make sure they are centralized. And then we'll bring them here. And then we'll increase them, right? For the Lord Jesus has come to increase you in everything you do in 2024. The Lord will increase you, right? Then we adjust the spacings and then take it up. Make sure they go up under each other, right? To create balance. That's what they call it in design, balance, right? So we'll now click on the two of them and then give it the same font. Let's see this font, right? This font is just dope. I love it so much. Consens. Another font I love that much is called Poppins. Poppins. Very nice font, right? And then the other fonts like Marriott Pro, very nice fonts, right? Very, very nice fonts, rather. The King is born, right? You adjust it very well. Make sure it looks nice and nice and nice and nice, right? You see what we have right now. We can do a little bit of this thing by giving it shadow, a shadow that will take it up from that background, right? We just apply shadow like this, right? You see what I did? I just pick my shadow here and drag it on it. Then I will adjust it, right? I will adjust it and I then adjust the feather like this. You see what I have? I will adjust the feather like that, right? I can even break them apart, right? Click on this, Control K to break the feather apart. Then you click on this two and press Control K to put this feather apart, and then click all of them, the two of them, right? Look at the two of them. You see the two shadows, right? And then you come to bitmap and bitmap them. Convert to bitmap, right? Convert to bitmap. And then come to your transparency tool and then reduce it to like that 20 years. You see that the feel is there and it's not also affecting the background. So just there to pop it out, right? So we're also going to change this to bold, constant bold, and then change it to like 6 as well. And then come to our shape tool, and then we're going to use it to drag it a little. Right? We can change the font to like 8 instead of that 6. Right? And then we make sure it is centralized, with the theme. We may have to, okay, this is fine. This is fine. Right? This is fine. You see what we have right now? The king is born. We can increase it a little. We can increase it a little. Make sure you adjust it very well. I think this is fine. It's bold and thick. It's bold and thick. Right? You guys see what we have right now. Right? So the next thing we are going to do right now, guys, is pictures. Picture time, offering time. So let's bring the pictures in and drop your own offering. Your offering is to subscribe and say something in the comment section, right? So let's select the pictures and then arrange them. So the first one we are going to arrange is this guy. Let's mirror it, you know, horizontally. We'll mirror it like this, horizontally, and then we'll mirror this guy too horizontally, right? And then we'll bring the two of them closer, let them come closer, right? Let's take our shape 2 and then crop this guy up. Let's cut his trouser up. I say this guy is a pastor, right? So make sure your pictures aren't bigger than each other. Make sure they are of the same size, right? Make sure they are of the same size. Don't let it be too bigger than each other, right? That's number one. Then we'll bring this guy like this. We'll bring this guy here and then increase it like this. You bring it down and then you increase it like this. Bring it down. And then you bring this lady in. Bring this lady like this. And then you mirror it too, right? Because that side will be going outside the frame. Then you increase it this way. You can bring it up, right? Increase it. This and this has to be the same, right? And then this and this has to be the same. Let me even reduce this one. Let me increase it, right? And then crop it up, right? And then I think I should increase this pastel. Let me bring them on the workspace, on the design, and see what they look like. If I will have to adjust it again, let me bring them here. Okay, I think they are not bad, right? Let's bring this one up and let's the other one be down, right? Let's take our shape tool and then crop this side like this and then crop this side too. So what we are going to do next is we are going to take our transparency tool, right? Pick your transparency tool and then apply it on this guy first, right? Then on this woman of God second, right? I think you can see that they are almost of the same size, right? Or first of all, we'll bitmap this on first. When we bitmap it, we'll now apply our transparency to again down at the bottom to remove that sharp edge. Bam! You guys see what we have right now. Now let's increase it a little. Magical. Magical. right? So we are going to do the same thing for all the pictures, right? Let's first of all remove this down, we blend it down, right? We come to bitmap, convert to bitmap, right? Now we pick our transparency tool again and apply it to this side like this, right? We apply it like this. Let us increase this picture a little. I think it's a bit smaller. Ehen. I think this is not bad, right? So we now apply the same thing here. Let's apply it and sharpen the edge and blend the edge rather, right? Let's raise this one up. Yes, so all of them are good like this. Let's small. Okay, let's leave it like that, right? So you see what we have right now. You now see that the color is also different from the background. So what are we going to do? We are going to blend the colors, apply a little red on the pictures to make sure that they blend with the background, right? So let's start from here. Okay, let's start from here. So we are going to come to our effect and come to adjust and then come to color balance. Now come to color balance, you will see that automatically the red applies to it. So you now adjust your red, adjust it like this, right? And you adjust it like this, adjust it, adjust it. You see the red is there. Let's apply a little green on it. Apply a little blue because all of the colors must be present, but then one must be more than the other. And at the same time, you must not disfigure the picture. It must still, be recognizable, right? You see what I have right now. You see what I have right now. So the picture is still the picture, but then we have to apply a little red on it, right? Let's say, okay, right? We are done with this one, right? Let's do the same thing for this woman right here. We'll come to effect, come to adjust, and then come to um, color balance, right? Right, you see what we have. So we are going to apply the red, right? Apply it more, and then come to OK. But then coming back to picture, we are going to press Control B on our keyboard. Control B is for us to reduce. Let's reset this. Is for us to reduce the brightness of the picture. Right? So let's leave it like this. Right? So the next one we are going to do is for this man of God. We're going to press Control B on our keyboard. Right? Control B on our keyboard and then adjust this picture a little. Let's reduce it. Right? And then say OK. Then we now come to Effect, come to Adjust, and then come to Color Balance. Right? And then we wait for it. Let's reduce the red a little. This is not bad. This is not bad. Then we say OK. Right? The same thing we are going to do for this man. We come to Effect, come to Adjust, and then come to Color Balance. Right? Wait for it to load. Okay. And then we adjust it. You see, that's blended in so easily, right? So easily, right? Then we are going to press Ctrl B on our keyboard. We are going to increase the brightness a little. Let's reset it, right? And then increase the brightness. a little. That's too much. Right? Then we now increase the contrast. Right? Increase the contrast. Right? That's perfectly done. Right? And then we say okay. Right? So that is it. That is it. Then we now highlight all of them like this, and then Control G to group them. Then we're now going to bring them down like this. We bring them down like this, right? And then right click and then power click them inside, right? And then when power click it inside, we now increase it a little. So after that, the next thing we are going to do, guys, the next thing we are going to do after that is to bring in the date, right? We are going to bring in the date here, right? Make sure you're saving as you're working. Make sure you're saving as you're working. Then we'll bring in the date, cut, and then we'll bring it in here like this, right? So if you follow me to this stage, please subscribe to this channel and let us grow together. So we're going to break this apart. Let this be under this, and then we'll bring these guys out, separate them, right? Let's delete this ivy here, and then position it this way, right? Position it this way. So let's Control K on our keyboard to remove them. So this guy, we are going to use Nevat 3. Nevat 3. So Nevat 4 we use for the 3 in Caro, right? Up there. But this time we are going to use Nevat 3, right? And then we increase it like this, right? So we are going to give this guy consens bold, right? We're going to give the consens bold, right? The same thing we are going to do for this guy. Let's just duplicate it to December 24th. We duplicate it and just write 24th December. So we now have to delete this guy, right? Then we now come to our freehand tool and then draw like this, and then draw like this, and then give it outline 1 and then white. You feel me? Let's take it to like 1.5, right? And then we are going to adjust it. Let it go closer. Let this also go closer, right? You see what we have right now. Then we are going to reduce it a little. We're going to reduce the little and then bring it down here. Bring it down here, right? So then remain date. So we are going to okay, we are going to still reduce this because we have to put live here. It's a live program, so we have to include it. So let's draw a box like this and draw like this, right? And then draw this like this, right? And then we are going to come to our interactive fill tool and then drag this way, right? And then give this place the red that we picked. I'll give that place red, then we'll give this place yellow, right? Then we'll now drag this side down like this, right? So that the red will be much more. Then reduce it. I mean, remove the outline, right? So when we do that, we'll now come to our shape tool and then come to curve, this curved edge, right? Round corner is what they call it, right? And then you round corner around it like this. So we are going to copy this color now. This color also copy it here, or copy it there, right? And then we come to our interactive view to adjust it. So let's take this guy back a little and take this guy front a little, right? Then remove the outline, right? Then we now take our date, right? Give it like conscience bold, right? And then we reduce it to like um let's say 4, right? Or let's say 5. Let's do it like 5, right? And then we'll pick our shape 2 and then drag it a little. Let's give a little spacing in there, right? And then we're now going to click on it and say, and come to rotation, angle of rotation, and press 90 degree. 90, then we'll click on it, hold our shift key down, click on this, and then press C and V on our keyboard, you know, to centralize it. C and V on our keyboard to centralize it. You see what we have right now, right? And then let's reduce this guy. I think it's too wide. And then let's bring these ones closer, right? So we're now going to go back to our text and copy the live event. And we'll copy it. We'll now bring it here and paste it. Control V, right? And paste it. You feel me? Well, we'll paste it, we'll break it apart, right? And centralize it. Then the next thing we are going to do, guys, is we're going to come here and give it a conscience bold, take our shape 2 and then reduce the spacing in between and make sure it is centralized, right? So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to come here, right? Let's reduce this guy a little. I will reduce it like that. We'll now come to our rectangle 2 and draw a rectangle like this, or draw a rectangle like this. We'll now convert to curve, and then double click on it, right? And then create a node in between like this at the center. Double click and create a node. Then you now double click to remove this one. Then you double click to reduce this one too. You feel me? Then let's adjust it a little and then we'll give it white and remove the outline. You see what we have, right? Live events. Live event. So the next thing we are going to make sure we do is we're going to make sure we reduce this, right? And take it away from this ribbon here. Right, let's take it up a little, right? So the next thing we are going to do, guys, is we are going to draw a box here like this, right? We're going to draw a box here like this. Pick our share rectangle 2 and then draw like this. Right? When we draw like that, we're not going to give you white, color white, right? We'll give it color white. Guys, you see what we are having? You see what we are having, right? This is a superb flyer, right? You guys should say something to me, right? Start giving me my flowers in the comment section. Make my head swell, right? So that I can do more, right? And starting from next year, I want you guys to have access to me indirectly. We've not seen ourselves face to face all this while. I want you guys to have access to me. I'm going to be creating a premium course, right? That will explain everything. I want you guys to make money in 2024, right? There are a whole lot of a whole lot of businesses that needs graphic designers. So all of them cannot learn it. So they need you to do it for them. So I'll be teaching you guys extensively in my premium courses so that we can learn and make money together, right? So if you like to see that, type something in the comment section. Say something, right? Say something if you like to see that. So after this, the next thing we are going to do is we are still going to use this picture, right? So the next thing we are going to do is to bring in this guy here, or bring in this guy like this, right? When we bring it in like this, we'll now mirror it. We'll mirror it horizontally. Horizontal is sides, right? And then you bring it down here. When you bring it here, you only need a little part of it. You now increase it like this. Increase it further, right? Let's take it back a little. Take it back a little, right? And then we now Control Z, Control V, right, to duplicate it. Then we now mirror horizontal again, and then take this one down to this side. You feel me? Take this down to this side. Then we now click on the two of them, select the two of them, and then right click on them, and then we are going to click on this box too. First of all, let's click on this box. Select this with our shift key. I'm holding my shift key like this to select it, and select this too. And then I'm going to right click and then power click inside, right? You now see what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go into the box, right? And then make sure that this guy too is not, outrightly different color from what we have. So I'm going to come to effect, come to adjust, and then come to color balance, right? When I come to color balance, I will now reduce it a little, right? Okay, I think this is nice. I reduce a little. The same thing I will do for this guy, right? The same thing I will do for it, because I already applied it here. So I'll just click OK, so that all of them will be the same thing, right? You see what we have right now? You see what we have right now? So that is it. So the next thing we are going to do, guys, is we are going to be putting the date. I mean the time. You already put the date here, so we are going to put the time, right? So we can just copy this guy that you're seeing here. Let's ungroup it. Just copy it. Copy it like this, right? And bring it down here. Let's give it color black, right? Let's bring this guy to here. Right? Let's reduce it and then bring it closer. That's too close. That's too close. We are going to right. I think that's nice. Then we are going to write time instead. Time. Right? Let's change this guy to red. Red. Right? We have time now. Time, let's increase it. And we increase it like that. The time is saying 6 p.m. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. That's what the time is saying, right? Then we now take this closer a little, right? You see what we have right now. Then we are going to group it so that we can be able to carry all of them at the same time, right? So that's the time that we've put in like that. Then let's delete it here, right? So the next thing we are going to do is demonstrations. We're going to bring in demonstration. Let's bring it up here and give it black, right? And then copy the name of the ministers, and then put it here and give it black as well, right? And then let's make sure it is centralized. It is centralized. Let's reduce it a little, and then let's give it consens mode, right? Then what we are going to do right now, let's make sure we adjust all of them nicely. Nicely, that's the word. Nicely, right? We adjust all of them nicely, right? And then we come here, our rectangle tool, and then draw a box like this on ministration, right? Let's make sure it is centralized, right? So when we do that, we'll now give it red and remove the outline, right? That's what we're going to do. So I think the box is a little bigger, so we are going to uh increase it, I mean reduce it, and then give this consens bold as well. And then we take our shape tool and adjust it this way to create spacing in between, right? Then let's give it white. So you guys can see what we have right now. You can see what we have right now. So let's take all of them up a little, right? And then we now bring the venue, right? Let's bring in the venue and give it black, right? We're going to type venue, right? And then give it consens bold as well. And then highlight it and change it to uppercase, right? Or change it to uppercase, then we now reduce it. Let's reduce it to like 8, right? And then we'll bring it here like this. This venue, let's give it a different color. Let's say color red, right? And then and then that's nice. So the next thing and the final thing we are going to put, guys, is this guy, so that people can join them online, right? People can join them online, right? You see what we have right now. You see what we have right now. So we are done with the bottom, right? So we need this guy. Finally, we need this guy, right? We need this guy. Is our Father Christmas, Santa Claus. So we are going to increase it like this and then bring it here, right? Let's bring it here like this, right? And then come to our transparency tool and apply it like this. Let's apply like this, right? Apply like this. And then we are going to come to our effect, come to adjust, and then go to color balance. We have to adjust the color as well. You see, immediately I click on that color balance, it changed. You see, it. So this is dope. This is dope. Yes, well balanced, well balanced, right? Well balanced. We now click OK, and then we right click on it and then come to power click and then power click it inside, right? We'll now right click again and say edit power click, and then we right click on it and go to order and then say back one. The back one is for it to go behind these pictures. So you now press Ctrl R to repeat what you just did, right? Until it goes to the back, right? See this one? Is it better like this? I think it's fine like this. Or we should just let it be on top, right? Like this. I think this is better. So, guys, we are finally done. We have arrived at destination wow, right? We have arrived at destination wow. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. If you have anything to tell me, please say it in the comment section. You see how fantastic our flyer is. So subscribe and let's build this channel together. I'll see you guys on the next one. Happy Christmas in advance.